I got it.
Do it with your tongue.
I got it. I did it with my nose. I turned it on with my
Well,
nose.
it's a cold day. Amanda's got her gloves on. Had to turn the phone on with her nose.
It is cold.
Yeah.
Wow, what has been going on over here?
Not much. Yeah. Look, the ground is froze. This doesn't happen much
so frozen
in Tennessee. Our frost line here in Tennessee.
Look at that ice in the mud.
Yeah, so our frost line is 12 inches.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I was born and raised in Detroit, outside Detroit, a little bitty town called Flat Rock.
Yeah.
And our frost line was 48 inches.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the ground freezes 48 inches deep.
Oh my gosh.
And it only freezes, and it hardly ever freezes 12 inches, but that's our frost line here. And it may do it this winter because this is the first winter that I know of since 1986 that I've lived here.
Yeah.
That it's been this cold for this long a spell.
Long, yeah.
This spell, you know.
Oh my gosh.
So we're at Buffalo Creek, and man, has it changed. Has it changed. And I know I've explained this before, and everybody, this is the Mountain Monday.
Mountain Monday, and we probably need to say, when we say Mountain Monday, we're going to start including Buffalo Creek on that too, because it is one great big piece of a mountain, but we split it up with Buffalo Creek and kind of call that just the mountain.
Perfectly said. So we had some big sycamore trees down here, and this is where all the water comes in off of this, we call it a holler here in Tennessee, or a valley. You can see back through there, a valley is a piece of land between two mountains, all right?
I'm not going to go far, I'll slip.
And we're cutting, well, you got gravel and all this stuff here, but understand, you can stay there and film me.
Okay.
But we have just, we've had, this way here was a field probably just 20 years ago, and it didn't have really mature trees. So we took that out. We're building a dirt berm right there, so we'll have privacy from the main road. That berm is going to go across this lower area where you see those stumps coming up out of the ground.
Yeah.
It's going to go across over to this machine to your right, over to there, and this is going to be a berm to give us seclusion into Buffalo Creek.
Okay.
And then this right here where Ace is, this is all going to be filled in, and that creek is actually going to be elevated higher, so that creek's going to stay there. It's probably going to come over along this woodland and zigzag out and then dump into a culvert that goes underneath Industrial Road. So we're almost done with the elevation excavating right here where all the equipment is and Ace is. And then all this will be filled in, and all back through there will be coming filled in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to landscape this with dirt and mounds. It's almost like doing a golf course.
Yeah.
And we're going to make it real pretty. And I'm going to work with a professional landscaping architect to give us some really beautiful, the shrubs, the trees, the flowers, and how we want it to roll, and some ideas that I've got for water features. And I want to make this a beautiful, beautiful community.
Because we don't want you to worry. We know people are saying, you know, whenever you develop land, it has to look bad before it looks good. You know what I'm saying? So just trust the process. Try not to be too upset. Try not to be too wound up about it. And we're going to put trees back. That's what they said. That's not what I bought into and stuff. Well, you have to develop it. So you got to put the lots in where they need to go. So.
You know, I know this is a time in history where people don't believe in people anymore.
I know.
And you know, there's no heroes anymore. And I know that everybody's trying to take everybody, and everybody's trying to, you know, up the rent and up the ante and take advantage of everyone.
Yeah.
Just remember who you believed in buying in here, and remember the dream that we have here, okay?
Right.
And just let us finish up what we got and then see what you think then, okay?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
this is something that's got my personal name on it, our company name, Amanda and all of us, all these videos.
Right.
We're going to finish this, and it's beautiful.
It's going to be gorgeous.
You know, I even hate saying we're going to finish it. That's not an option. I've got to breathe to stay alive. I've got to finish this to exist.
I agree.
That's just the way it is.
Well, and two, you know, under our belt,
you got
the forest, the beach, the prairie, the grove, the mountain is right at it. I mean, what we start, we finish. So my biggest problem is my dad said you always drill with a big auger, son. And you do.
And because of that, it causes people's suspicions. It causes it causes what? Doubt, because I work differently than everybody else.
Yeah.
My dreams are different than everybody. My dreams are bigger and different. And you know, and I've learned throughout history, people that have done different things are always persecuted, ridiculed and made fun of and not believed in. But in the end, man, if you can hang in there with me, I guarantee you guys are going to really love this place.
Oh, I'm so excited. And 2025 is such a big year. There's just so much that's happening with both of these properties being completed. It's really exciting. So we want to share that with you. We want to do this weekly. Randy, I have got to get out of this wind.
It is cold, isn't
literally, guys, it's 20 degrees and it feels
blowing.
like it's like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
But hey, today is Martin Luther King Day.
Yes.
And today's inauguration of our 60th inauguration, 47th president?
Yeah, 47th.
So
yeah.
it's a big honorable day,
Yeah.
and we got some big things going on in our company that we hope
do.
to share with you maybe in the near future. But today's just a beautiful day for us
It is.
here at Buffalo Creek, and I'm excited about 2025.
We're excited
I feel
about
like
the future.
I'm more excited today than I was the day we started the company 10 years ago.
Yes.
All right, we'll walk up here. Hey, you know what?
Look at this ice.
Let's drive around. I don't know how far we can
Okay,
drive.
let's do that.
Because I've got them. I want to explain a little bit about the expenses that we're taking care.
Okay.
We have to, the expense that we have to incur because of this weather.
Yeah.
And we don't want to stop working.
Okay.
And that's moving some of this mud and putting gravel on it. You can drive. Want me to drive?
Yeah,
Okay.
you drive. Well, hey, let me get this.
Now look, Mandel lays down when she drives. Look, this is how she drives.
I do drive like
Oh my
that.
God, how do you do this?
I don't know, but I can't sit up. Here, hold this a second. Oh my gosh, it's so cold.
Look what she's got on.
I mean, I have got a puffy vest on underneath this, and I have this, and then I've got these great Carhartt gloves.
And she never bought me anything. Look, I have no gloves.
Why would I buy you anything?
Because we're partners in crime.
I am not your Walmart shopper.
Well, we are. If we're partners, you got to keep me warm. But she
you
refused to buy me anything.
did you buy this for me?
I would have if I'd known. I don't even buy my own self. I'm too busy. All right.
You've got
all right.
You've got people for that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, I'm freezing.
I'm going to turn around here.
Okay. It is, well, once you get it all sorted out, I'm going to show the temperature on the dashboard. Look at Ace.
This is his element, man. He's hot out there.
He loves it.
How come your camera's on?
Okay, there we go. I don't know. I think you have to go a little bit and it'll go.
Is it broke?
Well, just keep going. Keep going. There.
It's 20 degrees.
Yeah, let's see. There it is. 20 degrees
That's
right now.
unheard of in East Tennessee.
Oh my gosh, it is so cold. Okay, so now this is what we call the mountain,
Yeah.
which they've seen.
85 home sites
Yep,
over here.
Exactly.
And this has been gravelled for the longest time because this is the main thoroughfare coming through here. And talked to Joseph this morning about, I don't have my belt on,
I know, I had to put mine on.
about Newport Utilities, hooking up the transformers we have here, coming on what we got. And I told him we got to get these roads workable so they can get up in here. So that's what we're trying to do is we're scraping the ice and the muck off of there and then putting more gravel down. And it's just an expense we didn't want to use, but we got to keep moving in here.
And we've got the plan going. We just started the plan of moving these homes. So we're going to start that very quick, as soon as the weather agrees with us. So
see, like right here, there's no more gravel.
Yep.
And it's just ice and mud. Let's see. I don't know if we'll slide off the mountain, man.
Oh, well, we're in my truck. Let's not no, I don't want to go
Look,
up there.
you can feel it.
Yeah, it's ice. Don't go up there. Don't go. No, don't go up there.
We got to show, Amanda, our constituents our progress.
They can see it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't want my truck to be slid. It is ice. I mean, everybody understands it, but look, it's mud, gravel, and
It's ice.
It's ice.
Not ice. It's ice.
It's ice.
It's ice. Is that like us and ice?
Ice. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're saying at this point.
Man, we're going to get blooped. Okay. Well, here's a little spot we can look out.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Isn't this cool? Look out over here. Wow. I can't wait. We're going to move all them homes and other ones we got. So let me go back.
Look at the mud. He's trying to get off that machine.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's froze.
Oh my
The mud's
God.
on it. This
See,
is so...
that right there shows you. It's just like a muddy, you just can't. Look at the, I mean, he's trying to get it all dug out. That's what you get whenever it's not fully dry.
Ugh.
Well, they're trying.
Like frozen mud
Frozen
in the tracks.
mud.
Oh, it's... And oh my God.
Yeah.
That's an expense that we don't need to be having.
I know.
You know?
It's hard to watch.
Yeah. So talked to Joseph this morning. So we're having an electrical inspection on our sewer pump to get the manufacturer out to turn it on.
Okay.
We've got what the rest of the transformers to install as soon as the mud and we get gravel on there. That'll install. They'll hook them up. So we're just weeks away from all that. We could actually bring homes. I was going to bring them home today. He said, it's like you said, it's too slick right now.
It's just too much.
So they were going to scrape the mud and put some gravel, and we don't want to do too much of that because that's an expense.
It's going to be this temperature the rest of the week, isn't it?
The rest of the week.
Well, somebody, I think it was on the radio that I heard it was going to be this cold into February. Yeah. That's a lot, like almost all of January.
So I told him, I said, we got to keep progressing. So we're going to have to spend money to get the roads right, even though it's going to be for naught after it warms up.
Right.
Because when it warms up, what happens? All the gravel then seeps down into that 2 inches of mud.
Yes.
And you lose it.
That's right.
So it's really not going to help. But hey, it's part of it. Going to get them homes on there, get them going. Buffalo Creek, I would say, with the main dirt to be moved, I think he's 2 to 3 weeks of completion.
Yeah.
And
then what happens after that? What's the next step after that?
You going to say after that 3 more times, maybe?
After that, what do you do? Just right after that. After you get it all done after 2 or 3 weeks, what do you do after that?
Don't you hate when people say, so what do you think about, and they talk for 30 minutes, so what do you think?
Yeah.
Really? Like, you really want to hear what I got to say? You've already said it.
Continue on.
We put utilities in. And as soon as he's done moving the majority of the dirt, that's why right now I'm getting with a landscape architect to find out how we want to move some dirt. And he'll put and take and do what we want to do. We're going to form the creek the way we want to do it. Well, then we put infrastructure in, which is water lines, power lines, phone lines, gas lines, whatever we got to put in the ground. And that's determined on where all the lots are, the roads are, and how we're going to lay it all out. So that's the fun part.
Talk about the lots. People were asking how big are the lots going to be? How close are the houses going to be? Is it going to be like the Grove? Is it going to be like the beach? Is it going to be like the forest? Kind of an example.
So I'll tell you, we got 72 home sites.
Okay.
On less than 7 acres, I think it is, in the forest. That was our first one.
Yeah.
And that's the most coveted community.
Yeah.
It's got some trees. And the majority of the trees I call are weed trees. They are not good oak native trees. They're more of a weed tree that is grew up. So.
And how many acres is Buffalo Creek?
Oh my gosh.
Is it 3 times the forest?
2 or 3 times that. I don't know. You know what? I'm saying this and I don't know, but I know we had 72 homes, and 2.5 acres of that was a park.
Yeah, it is a park. Yeah.
So the lots over there were 40 by 50 or 50 by 60. I can't remember, either the two, one or the other. And that's what we're going to make Buffalo Creek.
I think it was 50 by 60 or 60 by 60.
And we're going to come really close to that lot size in Buffalo Creek.
That's really good. See, that's a really good measure to go by to let everybody know. So when you think of the forest, you've seen the forest, and just just like what we talked about, the trees are not there, but we are gonna. We're looking right now for trees to put over there.
Yeah, that's going to be.
It's going to be really nice.
Yeah, I want them to be terraced out a little bit and some dirt, and we're
not talking about just trees that's going to be just around in the common areas. We're talking about that each house on their lot gets a tree and things like that.
More than one. I want shrubs and trees and flowers. Now, another thing is that's way better than any of the communities we ever built, this is going to actually have a community center built immediately.
Yes.
So I'm going to pour slab, build a building, and that's going to be the community center. So, you know, over here, 230 people, we don't have a building yet. This is going to be the first thing. I promised that I would put a building. I'm building it first. As soon as that pad's level, I can get concrete in there. We're building and putting a barn up.
Okay,
or
good.
A building.
And there will be one over there as well, just
Yes.
not right now.
Yes.
Also, somebody asked about mail. We will get a mail shed over here, but just not yet.
It'll be a post office.
Yeah, post office.
It sure will be. We're required to do that according to, you know, zoning and planning and all that, and we want to do that. We're ahead of zoning and planning. We do more than what they require. But I want to build a nice post office. We may have to do one in an interim, you know,
Yeah,
and then move it into the post office.
Because we're redoing ours right now. I asked Melody and Spike to both decorate and paint the post office, and we'll show what they've done when they get done. And we're going to paint the outside of it, and we're going to move that one over there. So we have a lot of things, a lot of irons in the fire that go along with the communities that we want everybody to have.
About.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I would like to do some sort of post office where it's almost like you go into a Cracker Barrel restaurant.
Yeah.
And you got the post office, but you sit and there's tables and you can
play
congregate.
checkers and you
fireplace
sit and
and
talk.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I want over here.
Okay.
In that forested area, I've always said this, and I'm hoping that I can still do that, and I'm not saying I'm going to, but I'd like to put a big barn there, big, beautiful white barn with a lot of glass, and I may put some small cottages on the outside, and it'd be a congregating,
like a rental,
wedding venue.
Yeah.
And some other ideas that I have. You know, I love Doc Deb, and I've been wanting to do a wellness center before I even met her. And maybe she can, or whatever. I'd like to have some sort of evolve into that in this area. So, but them are dreams that we have in the long run. What we're doing right now is the mountain getting 85 homes, people over here living, walking their dogs, and living the dream that we've promised. This has been a long time coming, but we are on the cusp of finishing this thing up. And these videos today are proof that we are doing. You got a machine walking right there. See him carrying all the brush?
Yeah.
Zoom in on him.
Yeah.
Out of the top of that container. There he comes.
There he is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we are working. We are I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said they were looking at how much work was done here and how we took an entire mountain and just I mean, we got almost 300 home sites here.
I know.
And I said, you know, what if you really think about it, you all sitting right now watching this on your phone or sitting in your living room, put yourself in a position of you're going to build 300 home sites for some people to live, right? And you're going to purposely take too long to put it in.
No one does that.
What is the benefit of that?
Yeah.
Purposely take too long.
No. It's of no benefit to us.
To nobody.
Like zero.
Nope. And we have not missed a day work except for weather.
Except for weather.
Money has been spent on this mountain like no other. And we're almost done. So you guys hang in there. We'll bring you another video next Monday. Hopefully, you know, all this week. And I told everybody, look on your weather app. So the weather here is going to be, it's going to get 11 and then 9 and then stay in the 20s at night. We're going to get up in the 30s and 40s towards the end of the week. It'll thaw out a little bit during the day, but we are going to put gravel on these roads, even though we're going to lose it when it thaws, so we can get up here, we can keep moving and keep working.
Is it a problem to get gravel, or is it readily available?
Oh, gravel's no problem.
Okay, good.
So it's just the weather, and now as soon as, when it's cold here, it's clear and we're sunny, but as soon as it warms up, it gets cloudy and it rains. That's just our winter weather. That's how it works here.
Yeah.
So when it warms up, it'll rain, and when it gets cold, it's clear.
Yeah.
But never usually this cold, you know.
No.
All right.
We got to drive back out through?
Yep. So anyway, I don't want to keep repeating myself.
But we're going to do this every week. We're going to have an update for you just so you can stay aware. It's showing that something's in the way. What's it showing?
No.
It's weird.
There you go.
That's so strange.
He's ready, man.
Well, it's gorgeous over here. It's going to be beautiful when the homes, of course, start getting put on the lots. we're going to film it and let you guys be with us the whole time, because you've waited as long as we've waited, and it's too exciting. Oh, and two, Tim told me, I don't know if they've already paid, but there is a contract pending for the airstrip, a house that was up there, the Birmingham.
Oh, really?
To go on the forest lot.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
yeah, because that was available, and the lady was wanting the Birmingham, and it's like, well, it doesn't have to stay up there on the airstrip, but a contract is pending. So, but he's got other people that if you're still interested in it, you know, until it's sold, it's still available. So it's whoever pays the money first gets that lot.
There were over 16 people called wanting that home.
I know.
And nobody had the finances.
I know.
So they called, I want it, but then they said, well, I don't have the money.
I know, exactly. Yeah, it's not financing, it's a purchase it. It's the Birmingham. You can have something built on there if you want to, or you can get that one, the blue Birmingham, and put it over there on it. It's
I'm going to tell you what, that lot up there on that airstrip overlooking these mountains right here, if nobody can see the vision of that, that's fine. Because when we're done here, I'm going to put a home on that lot. I'm going to wrap a deck around that thing. I'm going to put a shed and parking and fencing. It is going to be absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it really is.
When I get done with it. It is a beautiful lot. It's up on the top, right there on the ledge, looking over. And I understand people say, well, they think it's going to be washed out into the Pacific Ocean, which is 3,000 miles away.
Yeah.
But this is, you know, it's not for everybody.
It's
I know people say, well, it's up on a mountain. You don't need 4-wheel drive. It's all 2-wheel drive cars. When we say the mountain, it's just because we've called it. Maybe we should have never called it the mountain because people think it's straight up and down, but it's not.
You're not going to have 4-wheel drive to get on these
build roads
that
are only for 4-wheel drive.
Correct.
You can't do it.
No.
Everybody has to access this. So we have ladies coming here that are in their 80s that are going to be perfectly fine. That is all you see. All that's all flat, and going in the mountain, it's just a gradual grade to get anywhere in here.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful place.
And two, if you are immediately needing a house, that blue Birmingham, until that's paid,
it's ready.
It is ready to go on that forest lot, and the forest lot is $300 a month.
Yeah,
that particular one.
Yeah, and you saying $300 a month, you couldn't believe the people calling us now and telling us, do you understand that I'm paying $1,200 a month lot rent?
I know, it's
ridiculous. I'm paying $1,000. I'm paying $800, and we got a mountain that we have absolutely got millions of dollars.
We've got millions of dollars in this project. Yeah. Yep.
Something.
And plus we haven't accessed but a fourth or a third of the whole property, the 160 acres, maybe a fourth.
We got another 100 plus acres in
still
its mountains.
Whatever we want to do.
Yeah. And
all right.
I'm going to take my time on the rest of it because
we want to get this done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is done, and then I'm going to sit back and really enjoy this community.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be so nice to see everybody at their house with they're doing their landscaping and stuff like that. It's going to be really nice. So, you know, I'm excited.
When I was at Brothers Cove, we were there for almost 10 years.
God, it was beautiful.
10 years building 73 homes.
I know.
And here we get over 503.
I know, exactly.
Right. So 10 years, and I remember when I was walking and building that community, and it was 160 acres.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, God, I can't wait till I can see the glow of
lights
of coming out of the cottages.
And smoke out of the fireplaces and stuff.
I couldn't wait. And then I remember when it had the snowstorm and the cottages, and we had a full house in Christmas. And
I know.
Everybody was full, and you heard everybody laughing in their hot tubs and the lights glowing through.
And two, just a quick note. I know we're getting ready to get off here, but just tell the story real quick about who you took firewood to.
I forgot about that.
Tell about that.
So we were probably 3 years in. Well, okay. So I was laying stone on an office that I was building at the beginning of Brothers Cove. So if you ever go to Brothers Cove and you see the office, I was laying the stone around the bottom of the foundation.
Physically doing it.
Were you working there yet?
No, I wasn't there yet.
Okay. So I'm laying a stone like this, and coming to find out, we had a guest that came down, and they said it was the wife of the guest, and said, "Hey, do you have Wi-Fi? Because my husband needs to watch a game." And I didn't know who it was, and I said, "You know what? The only Wi-Fi is at my house." I said, "Why don't you guys?" And Paula, my boy's mom, she was down at the house, and I said, Just go down there and knock on the door and tell her you want to watch the game. Tell her your husband wants to watch the game.
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was. She said, really, it's okay? I said, yeah, just go on it. Well, in the house, all we had was one lazy boy chair and a Tykes table, a little plastic Tykes table. Because I had no furniture in the house because the boys and I played ball in the house all the time.
They were little.
Her husband went down there and watched the entire game. And it was in the playoffs, the NFL playoffs in 90.
And it was very specific that he had to watch.
Yeah, it was
the
2001 or 2000.
Well, now I could have been there because I showed up there in February of 2002. So I could have very well been there.
And anyway, I'm laying stone. It's raining and everything like this. I come back down to the house and he's gone. He watched the game, was over. And my wife goes, she said, do you know who just watched an entire football game sitting in your living room? And I said, who? And she said, Peyton Manning. I said, you're kidding me.
No.
He played top football for Tennessee. He was quarterback.
Yeah.
And he was for the Colts.
He's a big deal.
I said, she goes, yeah, he sat in your living room and his wife went and got him lunch.
Yeah.
Brought him back and he was eating lunch and was using that lazy boy chair and that that Tykes table. And Peyton Manning watched the whole football game and it was the playoffs because his Colts was going to be up for the contending.
Exactly.
And I was, oh my gosh.
And he just got drafted by him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, by the Colts.
It must have been in
whatever year that was. Yeah.
And then we got a call up there at the cabin, him and his wife. And I'm just working and going, and they said, Randy, you got to take firewood up to this cabin. I went up to the cabin here. Him and his wife are in the hot tub, right?
Yeah.
And I'm bringing him a load of firewood, and I set it down. And he goes, hey, man. He stood up, and he shook my hand, and he said, thanks for letting me use your living room and watch a game. I said, yeah, no problem. He was a real cool guy. And we talked about the football game.
Yeah.
He loved the cabins and everything.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was when he was in college.
Yeah.
His girlfriend came to Brothers Cove as a sorority. Yeah, sorority.
I don't know.
So all of her girlfriends came, right?
Okay.
So they were staying in this house. I didn't know who she was or nothing. Just a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
It was dark. And these girls are trying to get to this one cabin, and they overloaded that cabin. They were supposed to play 4 of them.
Yeah.
They had a dozen girls in this cabin. So I had this big 4-wheel drive truck, and I always wore these big old hats and bibbed overalls.
You had overalls the first time I met you. You had overalls on.
Listen.
Blue jean.
They had a little car. They're going up the wrong way. I'm going down here. They don't know where they're at. There's like 3 cars parked.
Oh, my gosh.
I come down with all my bright lights on, and I hit them with high beams. They're like froze and they can't see anything. I jumped out of the truck. I had my hat and my bibbed overalls, no shirt and whatever. And I just ran and I jumped on their car and went, "Rah!" Screaming. And I rocked her car.
Oh my gosh.
They're all, "Ah!" They're all screaming in your car. They don't know what's going on.
And they don't know who you are.
They
You're a madman.
That was his fiance.
Yeah.
I didn't know
that's who he married. Yeah.
And because of that, she wanted to come back to there and bring him to Brothers.
That's such a cool story. And, I don't know if we've ever told it on here. I don't think we've ever told it, but
God, I forgot about it.
I know. Well, so many things has happened over the years, but that's a tied Peyton Manning in Tennessee went to the Colts. Me and Seth are big Colts fans, and we of course watched Peyton Manning as a quarterback. But to have that story, in your back pocket there, that's pretty cool.
And then Peyton Manning's buddy got married up there at our wedding venue, and then also Craig Morgan.
Yes, that's right.
He came there and wrote some songs.
Yeah.
In one of our cabins.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah. So kind of famous by association.
And you and I were, of course, I got the dates wrong, but we were in Southern Living magazine.
We were.
And I said it was
October of,
I think it was 07.
06 or 07.
06 or 07.
Yeah,
October.
we were in Southern Living magazine.
So they featured Sevier County.
Yeah.
And they had these awards like for best pool and best cabin and best resort, and we got best pool.
The best pool is the cement pond.
Yeah, and you and I were featured in one of the cabins.
We were. We had pictures of us.
Get that.
I need to get a copy of that. I'll do that.
If you all know, it's 06 or 07.
It had apples on the front of it. It was October issue of 2006 or 2007, Southern Living, and it had like an apple pie with apples. It was like dark red colors. But Randy and I are in there in the magazine.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know, to back up even past that, that was Brothers Cove, right?
You were in Southern Living before.
I built the house in Strawberry Plains
Yes.
when I was teaching high school, which I sold to buy Brothers Cove. And I built that entire house by myself, and I sold it in 1994.
All you had in it was $30,000. Is that right?
$30,000, and all my life was in it. And I built it in 8 months, and I sold it 4 or 5 years later for $160,000.
Yeah.
And the realtor loved that house so much, the Southern Living magazine, put it in their magazine.
So you've been in Southern Living magazine twice.
Isn't that something?
It's crazy. It's so crazy. Peyton Manning's been to your house. We've been to the Super Bowl. There's so many things.
We've done some cool stuff.
We've done some cool stuff, but I'll tell you what, we need to just kind of sit down and kind of go through the years sometime because, shout out to Carson. I don't know if everybody got to see the end of the year 2024 wrap up. But I thought it was really cool to go over the year. And
Yep.
we want to do that next year, too.
That was fun.
So we want to start sharing over the year because you honestly, where we work so much, you forget what's happened. I mean, to go to the Super Bowl last year was so prestigious. That was such a big deal that they asked us, give us tickets to go for free. It was amazing. It was
like
just,
it went too quick, and
it's just
we weren't able to absorb it.
Well, and we had to come back, and you have to go back to work.
Gosh,
it's just
it's
the
so
way
hard.
it goes. So, and real quick, will you hold this and just show me really quick? I wanted to show you something.
Yeah.
So, I'm all choked up here. So, when you go to YouTube, I am bundled up. When you go to YouTube, down at the bottom, you'll see that it has like merch
Let me
on
clean
there.
this land. It looks foggy in here.
Does it? Is it better?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Maybe it's your aura.
It could be. Well, who knows? Anyway, there's merch that's on the bottom of when you go to YouTube. It has our merch on there.
You mean our channel?
Our merchandise and stuff.
Okay.
So I got a cup for myself the other day. I ordered it offline right under.
Look.
There's the logo.
Yeah.
And you can customize it. So you can put any name that you want on there. So I put, this is what my kids call me, Chief Jane. And I got to pick the color, and I got to pick the font, and I got to pick what you want it to say. So, and it's just one of those little metal camping cups.
I love
It's all
those.
it is. It's super cute.
Did you get me one?
I didn't. Why would I get you one? We're not going over this again. I'm not getting you anything. Anyway, so tomorrow what I'm going to do is I bought a sweatshirt, and I'll show you what I did with the sweatshirt too. So,
Did you get me one?
I am not buying you anything at all. Zero. Why don't you get on there? You know what? We already go on there to show how easy it is to get on there and to buy the merch.
Okay. No, I don't
you
want
have
any.
to.
I don't want
You have
anything.
to say, "Oh, you don't want anything now." Okay, you don't want anything now.
Okay.
Anyway, so I got a sweatshirt. So they have shirts, sweatshirts. I think there's a bag you can get. It's got baby onesies that you can get on there. So, and we may end up and get more things on there, but I thought that was super cute. I did that on my own right there. So, and it was really easy to do. So I don't know if anybody else does that. So I just want to make sure
That's
that you
cool.
knew if you want a shirt, a hoodie, sweatshirt, a cup. They just had a few different things on there. It's when you go to YouTube, it's at the bottom part, and you can buy merchandise.
I love it. There's portalettes right over your left shoulder.
Oh my God. Very fitting, right? All right, let's wrap it up.
Good. Wrap it up. Bye.
Wrap it up, bye. But we will be back next Monday on this topic, but we are going to share some other things and some new things that's come up.
Yep.
New ideas that we have for 2025. We're really excited about this year. This is probably one of the most exciting years thus far
Of the
company.
It's of the company for sure.
For sure.
For the 10 years.
Oh, it's
Somebody asked me that, and I may have said this before on the podcast. They said, "Oh, look what you got going on," and da 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 da. And I looked at him and I said, "Listen, I would never.
we would not do this again. No.
I would never do it again."
No, it was.
And
it
not
was
that
really
I regret
hard.
it. I don't regret anything.
Yeah.
But I would never do it again.
Yeah.
Does that mean that makes sense? Maybe that don't make sense. But it's just been too hard. You know,
Yeah.
somebody said, I know what it was. They said, hey, losing Brothers Cove in 08 when it was so bad, and then, starting all over and then starting and then working hard and doing this. And
Yeah.
they said, man, well, you've really learned. I said, what did I learn?
Yeah.
I said, I was very grateful before then.
Absolutely.
I haven't changed any of my business practices because I'm conservative and I watch everything that I do.
Right.
And I'm not flamboyant, and I know the value of a dollar.
Yep.
and I know customer service and how I want to treat people. I haven't learned one thing from my hardships.
No.
I didn't need, and I'm really being honest, I didn't need to go through hardships to learn anything.
No.
And I don't think you did either. It's It didn't change my personality or my practices to be a better businessman or a better person.
The one thing that I think being starting this company and that we got into, I do see the bigger picture of what, I don't know who believes in God or believes in divine intervention and things like that. I believe God has used us to make this place available to the people here, because the stories that we get from everybody that lives here, their lives have changed 100%. They've had tragedy in their life. They've had good times. They came here to just retire. They came here to just be minimal. They got a divorce. They had a spouse that died. All kinds of different reasons that they made it here. And these people, it's the communities over there, the forest, the beach, the prairie, and the grove. They're such a tight-knit group, and it has built up to a little city over there, which the mountain and Buffalo Creek will be a part of. And I see the bigger picture and affordable housing and things that we didn't know, these buzzwords, of all this stuff. We didn't know the extent at all. We were just trying to make it. Yeah. And I think that we were led to do this, honestly. That's what I feel like now in the 10 years. So, if that's what we got from it, to help other people, that's one of the things. It's like, you have to just let go and quit trying to control everything in your life. And you just let go, as I said, let go and let God, but just go with what you're supposed to do. Don't fight it. And I think what we've done is quit fighting it. This is what we know. We're supposed to be here. We're supposed to do this, and we're supposed to get these houses built for people. We know that now. So that I've learned that. So, but it was not easy.
Yeah, I've always had a faith in God and raised Christian church and all that. And then I don't go to church anymore.
Yeah.
And that could be scorned upon, whatever. It's just what I choose to do at my age and my life and where I'm at.
Well, to each his own.
But you know what?
Excuse me.
And I love church. I love the whole organization of it, and it's for the right reason. But for the first time in my life, I feel closer in my spiritual walk. I think because I'm getting older and everything, I feel closer to a relationship with God than I ever have in my life. I know you need something to drink.
I know, the phone's ringing now.
That's good. But now, after 10 years of this business here, I've always my thoughts of God in my communication with Him is different than, we all have our beliefs and how we think God works within our life. God, to me, God's put me on this earth, and it's up. I can get out of this car. I have a free will to get out of this car, or I have a free will to sit here and starve to death and never move.
Correct.
God's not going to open the door. God's not going to make anything happen.
He's not going to do that for you. Right.
And so He's given me the talents, the wisdom, and just whatever's given me. And then whatever comes my way, I ask God, just help me, man. Just let me absorb whatever. And whatever goes, whatever happens, from disease to calamity to pure joy and success.
Right.
It's all welcome.
Well, we have a choice.
Part of it.
You have a choice.
Well, but I don't have a choice if I'm going to get cancer. I don't have a choice if I'm going to get some debilitating disease.
But you have the choice of how you react to getting cancer.
Well, of course you can. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's not anybody's fault. You're born. If I get in that truck and I go down that highway and I get in an accident, oh my God, the devil or God. No, you made the choice of getting on that highway. It's a liability. I came out of the house the other day and slipped and fell.
You did. You told me that.
I could have stayed in the house and that wouldn't have happened. But when I choose to walk out that door, I can get struck by lightning.
Right.
I can get hit. I can get hurt. I can die. I can do whatever it is.
And it's not singled out to people.
To me, it's not.
No. To me, it's not
in my faith, in how I believe, it's not a lesson that God's trying to show me from getting beat up or diseased. Or that's not. Right. It's just life.
It's just life.
And I love whatever comes my way, from bad stuff to good stuff. Never blame anything. I thank God for everything. And it says, in all things, give thanks.
Yeah, that is true, because, you know, it's easy to say thank you when you're high up on the hog and everything's good and nobody's died and nobody's sick and all that stuff. It's easy. So be in the worst of conditions and still thank God. Think about that, you know.
And this is not a cliche. I always find something to be thankful for.
Yeah.
And you know what I go to? My very first thing I go to is I can see. Mm-hmm. If I can't move, I can see. And then I can breathe. Yeah. And I work my way down. And I swear, sometimes I don't go further than that. And it's enough to just give me enough joy that I can actually see what I'm doing.
Well, I think with that, we need to say that 2025, let's be thankful no matter what.
Yeah.
And that we can get this community, the mountain done, Buffalo Creek done. We have the ability, we have the money, we have everything ready to get everybody in. Just to be thankful for that we've got a great team over there now. We have got wonderful employees. We have got a great office staff. We're very thankful, very lucky. It's working out. So let's just hang on.
We're at the best place we've ever been in 10 years.
We're in the best situation in 10 years. That is 100% true.
A lot of work, and we've been granted success with our perseverance and standing tall and keeping our eyes fixed
and keeping working. You just keep working.
Don't stop, man.
All right. Well, This is Monday. This is the 20th. This is Inauguration Day, Martin Luther King Day. Beautiful day. Cold outside, but we're moving forward, and we look forward to tomorrow. We'll do another video and show kind of reveal some of our plans and some stuff that we're
the 2025.
Exactly. Yeah. And two, we've got some inventory. 2 or 3 houses that are, that we could sell. So, if you're interested in a home,
call Tim.
Give Tim a call. Check and see what he's got on the lot. I think we might have 3 or 4 that we have that are already built, ready to go. They can be grab and goes. And then we have the one lot, like I said, in the forest, which, that is going to be one gorgeous lot. And we have the Birmingham that can go. So a Birmingham.
We have 4 or 5 lots still on the mountain that we can put homes on. And you can put
just
up to an amount.
Just get with Tim and find out what we got available.
For sure, man. $300 a month in the mountain, and it's done.
Oh, I can't wait.
And we're 6 months out with the Amish building your model if you want a model on it.
Okay, if you want something built.
Yep, and think about this. And I know we're getting off on a tangent, but all of our line homes, our assembly line panel homes, we're 8 months out. Right now, if you order a panel home, we're 8 months getting it. So. That last 4 months, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it'll probably be sold out by spring.
Yeah.
And we'll have no more to build in 2025.
True. Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to maybe come up with another assembly line and create another line to create more.
That's what I wanted to talk about tomorrow.
So, all right. Bye.
All right. All right. Bye. Now we got to find the dog.
He's here.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.